Yeah, so, the National Seal Clubbing Institute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I met their esteemed founders, been founded since 1984. They started from very humble beginnings. They started from a mock
Right.
training program. So you know how they have those, like, mock waves that you can, like, surf on? They had, like,
Uh-huh.
a whack-a-mole routine that was shaped like baby seals, right? And, the way that they started the routine and got they got past that little bit was pure word of mouth.
Oh.
It was like, oh, have you done anything interesting today? Oh, I went seal clubbing, mate. You should go there. It's fucking mental, right? Eventually, they worked their way up from South Peru to, um, you know, up to Antarctica, which is where a lot of seals are based, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sounds about right.
And there was a lot of stuff like, oh, what about the ethics of this shit? And they were just like, dude, piss off. If a man wants to club a baby seal, let him be, right? And you know, they started doing things like, oh, we wanna get legislation that allows us to do this. So they got official club. That I own this. It's like on the top left part of my room, an official seal clubbing license.
Oh my god.
Right? It's invested in my name. It goes for about 2 mil in Russia, which is about 4 grand. And uh, my technique was so impressive that it'll put me up in the Hall of Fame with Cristiano Ronaldo and Diego Maradona, but they didn't because they tried setting it as like you book in for like half an hour and then you have to leave. But I was in such a I was in clubbing fever. I was going off. Like,
Hearing this while Thermodynamic Lawyer's intro is playing is wild. Only Charlie, Stan, you don't know what that song sounds like, so you don't
I'm
laugh.
imagining it sounds funny.
I mean, if you can play it on YouTube in a second if you want. Wait, hang on, let
Uh,
me pause my music. Hang on, I want to see if there's something.
but yeah, I got really pissed off at the fact that they were trying to kick me out. So what I did was I clubbed them.
uh,
You know those like hammers that they have specifically for like tenderizing meat.
uh-huh.
I had one of them, one in each hand,
You're like
and
Mario.
I just started fucking battering them. You know,
Keep going.
so yeah, you know how like in Smash Bros, whenever you get like the golden hammer, it's like I was like that, but with a hammer, and I batted about 7 of them before the police
Oh,
came.
oh my fucking god.
They call me Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. That is why I'm no longer allowed within 15 feet of a clubbing institute. I'll tell you what though, it's not as bad as the time I got kicked off of the Star Wars set.
Oh no.
So um I was in, just up in America as you do, you know.
No, sorry. My first thought, you know the tiny folks who live in the forest? My
Ewoks?
first,
Ewoks.
yeah, my first thought you tried to fuck one of the Ewok plushes.
But yeah,
Anyway,
I was up in America as you do. I was having a lovely little gander. I was off to go see the food because the portion size in America fucking mental, right? So I'm up in there, and I find the Star Wars set. It's just up in the middle of the road, right? I didn't know if they were filming on location or what, but I decided to take the opportunity. And I go in, and it's right next to this barber shop, right? It's called Keith's Barbers, right? And I go in. Keith's a solid bloke, and I would like to add that I was very drunk during this, so I was not in a very sound bit of mind. So what I'm doing is I'm going through Keith's Barber, and I'm just all over the place. I end up fucking on the floor. I somehow managed to end up on the ceiling for about 12 seconds. Precisely 12 seconds, like to the dot, to the millisecond. And, you know, it's like, oh, hey, Keith, sorry for getting in your hair figuratively because you're in a barbershop. But yeah, I'll leave. And I would like to say I'm covered in hair, like head to toe. And I'm really drunk and I stumble onto the Star Wars set. And, they mistake me for a Wookiee, right? And I go along with it because I'm like, you know what, this seems like a proper bit of
V,
banter.
move your thing away. It's loud.
Sorry.
But yeah, it sounds like a proper bit of banter. So for about an hour and a half, I'm on the Star Wars set, and I have one line of dialogue. And so it pans to me as well. The camera full on pans to me. I look the camera dead in the eye, and I go, so yeah, now there is an official director's cut of Star Wars Part 11, where they have a guy who is very, very poorly covered in hair, as he looks into the camera, makes a shitty attempt at a Wookiee noise, and then gets kicked out. Yeah. And I'll tell you what that reminds me of. It reminds me of the time I got nominated for Worst Superhero.
Oh my god.
So I I saw this like venue, right, and it was like, superhero competition. Best superhero wins 50 grand. I was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll give it a proper go, right? And I go in, and it's like covered in unique superheroes. Like you've got Pencil Man, who erases crime. Very much isn't a joke I've just stolen from Smash Mouth. I promise you, don't look it up, please. But yeah, I'm scrambling for an idea, right? And I have an epiphany. I showed up in the Beansmobile, right?
Oh my god.
And just because I needed a ride, I didn't like the idea of riding the Beansmobile. You know, I like to take good care of it. And you know, I'm there, and it's like, hey, I'd like to register as a new superhero. And by the way, I'd like to say I'm covered in bean juice, right? Like baked bean orange juice, right? And they were like, okay, let's take your name down. First of all, what's your superhero name? And I look them dead in the eyes and I go, Bean Man, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
what do you do, Sir Bean Man? And I was like, I shoot beans. So I lean my arm forward and and just a bunch of beans just flop out of my sleeve. Just onto the floor. They all make a very individual plop noise as they all hit the floor. And I'd
Oh
like
my
to say, they
fucking
took
god.
it a lot better than I thought they would. They were enamored, right? And I'm like, did I win? And it's like, yeah, we just got to take you through one final screening. What's your catchphrase? And I panicked. I level you, dude. I panicked. So I went with the first thing that came to my mind, and this is what caused me to lose the competition. I looked dead into the camera and I said, I don't think women should be allowed to breastfeed in public.
I think they should get them honkers out, baby.
Yeah, I kind of fucked up my opportunity there because it's like, you know, it was so close to being good, and then I just had to go and condemn pregnant women.